Hi everyone, it's time for us to check in today. I'm coming to you from bed because I have been a little under the weather and now I'm resting peacefully. So don't mind the mess and the mess. At least it looks kind of good. Anyways, um, first I want to start off by sending love out into the world because we all need a little bit of some strength, and sometimes we don't know where that strength comes from. It just comes to us. So we do that by sending out our love and prayers to people. And I think this time I'd like to send it out to all of those grandparents out there, grandparents, great grandparents. So we just take a minute and think about them and reflect on them. When we're children, we are inundated with hugs and kisses, and every little boo-boo and every little owie gets a hug and a kiss. And as we grow up, that diminishes, and then we have a spouse who gives us the hugs and kisses that we need. There's that idea of 4 hugs a day. Bare minimum, everybody needs 4 hugs a day. So we should all be getting it and giving it. But think about it as you become a grandparent. Maybe you lose a spouse. Maybe you move away from your kids or your grandkids, and now you yourself are not getting your 4 hugs a day. So let's just think about them and send some love their way. Maybe think about sending a phone call or, trying to make a difference somehow to make sure that they also get the love, the hugs and kisses that they also deserve, because we all need it. It's part of being human. It's part of being who we are. And, hugs are the one thing that can heal us. No matter what's going on in our lives, it's the one thing that brings the stress levels down, makes everything a little bit easier. So if we could just send some love out for the grandparents who aren't getting their 4 hugs a day. I would like to express some gratitude this week. This week, for me personally, it's to my incredible husband, who's so patient and willing to help me with everything around the house. Sometimes you're just not so grateful when they're doing what they're doing, but every moment when I don't have to go downstairs or discipline or check homework or make dessert or dinner or whatever is going on, I really do appreciate every moment of it. Sometimes more after the fact. So I just want to send some gratitude out there for Gabe. And I'm sure that everybody else could express some gratitude to their significant other. And if you don't have one, you're sitting at home and your mom and dad have just cleaned your room or folded your laundry. Turns out that's exactly what spouses do too. So send some love to your parents and show them some gratitude. Finally, we're just going to wrap this up. We're going to keep it simple this week. I've recently been looking a little bit more into sugar, and I know we've talked about it before and how horrible sugar is, but I think the last time we talked about high fructose corn syrup versus sugar. But sugar, as we take it, that granulated white sugar, we also have it in the form of molasses or brown sugar, which is white sugar and molasses. That's also one of those things that aren't the best for you. So white sugar, as we know it, is made of fructose. And fructose is actually a pretty rare form of sugar in the environment. So when our bodies take up that, they hold on to it because it's kind of like ultra packed sugar. Okay, so our body will store that in fat cells almost immediately because it's a lot of sugar, for that little punch. Things like glucose and lactose. Lactose is from milk, and glucose is found in grains and fruit. So those items, our body takes up and uses them almost immediately, and they're hardly ever stored away. I mean, unless you are super inactive, your body's going to use it very, very quickly. And so it makes a lot of sense that if we avoid the one that's going to be stored and eat more of the ones that our body is going to use more readily, then obviously our fat cells are going to be depleted because there's not much going to be stored in them. So when we do eat pure, eat items that look like what they're supposed to be. So when you eat fruits and vegetables, or if you're looking for something along the lines of something sweet, then eat those items that you would recognize. Strawberries are a good go-to because they have a limited amount of sugar in them. A lot of berries, like raspberries, blueberries, you know, they're not super juicy. They also don't have a ton of glucose in them. So that's kind of a good place to go if you're watching your sugar intake and you want to make it, and you want something sweet. Bread is also a good go-to if you're craving something sweet. The thing about bread is that it has those carbs in it, and that also sends those chemicals to your brain that says this was super enticing. So whenever you do have those really strong sugar impulses, have yourself some toast with some butter on it. Anytime that you have a sugar impulse, a lot of times something a little fatty is going to satiate those impulses also. So something like toast and butter is a really good alternative because calorie wise it's a little bit lower, sugar wise it's a little bit lower, and you also get the lactose in your butter and the fat in your butter, and it's kind of the best thing for you in moderation because it satisfies a lot of things that are going on in your body when you are watching what you eat. So just a little tidbit, stay away from white granulated sugar and eat more butter. So, alright you guys, that is all I have for you today. Just a little snippet to start your day off right, or your midweek hump. So, I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I will see you next week. Goodbye.